Hi there, it's Jo here. Welcome to my channel Creative Empowerment, and thank you so much for joining me today. Today we have a new pick a card, and this pick a card is life, love and career. So we're focusing on three things. Life is the big thing, love and then career also. So I have pulled quite a lot of oracle cards here, and then I am going to shuffle for some tarot cards for each of the four piles. Now I have got them in reverse for you again today. Please like, share and subscribe to my channel for pick a card readings like this one, as well as spread videos, and then on Tuesdays there is intuitive art play. If you're new to pick a cards, the thing about pick a cards is you want to let your intuition pick which pile you're being drawn to, and if you really want another closer look at it, make sure that you get the right pile for you. If you're finding you're not getting the right pile, in the description box below will be a link to find out how to pick the right pile. And if you know how to pick the right pile, these are the piles that you are to choose from today. We have green adventuring egg with pile number 1. We have a piece of labradorite, pile 2. Pile 3 is this dragon stone. And pile 4 is a piece of black tourmaline. So see which pile you're being drawn to, or piles. And this is about, remember, we are focusing our intention here. So this is about our life. Firstly, our love, what's happening in our love life. And then lastly, it is career. When you know which pile is drawing you, there are timestamps in the description box below. Jump ahead to your reading. Hi pile 1, if you chose the green adventuring egg, then this is your reading about life, love and career. So I'll place that over there and let's have a look at your first card. The first card is the spider reversed. Second card, love and light, act with care. Butterfly spirit, transformation is beautiful. A leg up and then time to go. So some interesting cards there for you, pile 1. Now this is about your life. This is what's blocking you. Okay, so the spider in the reverse is what is blocking you. And that's all about creative projects. We have your strengths or your gifts, and that is love and light, act with care. Then we have what is hidden from you, which is butterfly transformation. And then we have where is this going, or the outcome, and you have a leg up and time to go. So some interesting things happening in your life at the moment, pile number 1. So there's some sort of project that you're working on. This could be in relation to a specific area of your life. It could be work related, or it could be, at home and a hobby type of thing. So you're working on something and you've come to a dead end or a stop, or the creative energies are not flowing. So that's what's happening for you at this period of your life, or in this point in time. So I'm going to bring in some tarot cards here to help us explore and expand on some of the energies that we're looking at. Okay, so there is success coming for you with your creative project when you become unblocked. So I feel like there is a creative block around this project that you're working with, but it will come to fruition and it will move forward. But there's something for you to deal with before you can move forward. We have act with care. And the card's talking about love and light, but I'm really being drawn to the act with care. So I feel that if you're getting any intuitive nudges about whatever this project is that you're working on at the moment, some element around money that has to do with this project, I feel like you need to pay particular care and show it the due care and diligence that it needs. So the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse is again talking about that halted energy, that energy that is not moving. And the messages that I feel like I'm getting is that you need to pay a price. And it could be that there is a fine involved, very specific messages I know, so they won't be related to everybody. But there are some dues to be paid. And that's the message for everybody else. But you need to act with care when it comes to that. But you will get some clear messages around that, either from your own intuitive insight or on this 3D dimensional level. You will get some messages around that for you, pile 1. You are going through a big transformation, and this is the part that may be hidden from you, because you may be working through whatever this creative project is, and it feels like something you're really passionate about and something that you really, really want to work. And again, we have the Ace of Wands there too. And we have a number 11. So we're working through, a soul contract, it feels like, also for you. The Ace of Wands is telling me that you're putting in much more effort and it's not progressing the way you want it to. And what is hidden is that it's being held back because you need to do this work first. A leg up, you may need somebody else to help you. So this is where it's going. It's time to leave, or it's time to let go of some aspect of this. And you may need some help, but there may be something you need to let go of for this door to open up for you, because you may be hanging on to some aspect of this project or the way that you wanted to do it, and it's not going to work out that way. It is time to open up to more unconventional ways of doing things, and perhaps more unconventional wisdom with this leg up. So psychic, intuitive, creative, all of those things. And if you are blocked creatively, then you need to get someone else to assist you to unblock that creative flow for you. There also feels like there is some time out needed with this. So this one says time to go, and I'm getting the message about time out. So in your life, it feels like you need to not only detach from this situation so that you can allow things to move, but also you need to rest. Now, I feel like I'm really yelling at you, and I'm really apologize if that feels the way it is. So now I'm going to bring in the energies that we have for your love, what's going on in your love life. Feel the world, and we have quietening the mind. So the message that I'm getting with those two cards is there's not a lot going on in your love life. Could be looking for a partner. Feels like things are very still, but they also feel really quiet. And I don't know if that's quiet in a good way, whether that's a quiet because you want to go inside, or whether that the world feels too big and too hurtful for you at the moment and you want to stay and sort of hide away. They're the messages that I'm getting here. Now, we do have some face cards, which are good when we're talking about a relationship. We have the King of Swords here. We have the reversed King of Cups. And we have the Hierophant, and we have the Justice card. I feel like for a lot of you, or for some of you, you might be coming out of a relationship with someone who is very Saturn, that really bit of harsh energy, whether they're male or female, it doesn't really matter, but they're very cutting, very quick and decisive, quick action, but they also, cut to the quick. So they might have been quite hurtful. But we also have the Hierophant here, and we have the Justice card. And I feel like those cards are talking to me about, or to you, sorry, about firstly a spiritual lesson, and that is coming right underneath the butterfly, which is what I was talking about. Again, we have this spiritual lesson coming in here. And then the Justice card is telling me that whatever has transpired to put you into this situation, it's actually the rebalancing of the scales, because I do believe that they were out of balance, and it is time for you to either bring in a new partner or bring in another aspect of yourself to make to equal out this energy that you have been either in a relationship with, are still in a relationship with, because it doesn't mean that you're going to leave it. But it's like there is an aspect of this relationship that is out of balance. And the King here, the King of Cups, is someone who, is very good in emotional contexts, but this is out of balance. So again, we're having a shift here in this relationship, or you're leaving a relationship. There's two aspects here. And again, we've got time to go. So you could actually still be on the fence, and you might not be ready to sort of make that commitment, make that move. But you need some rest, you need some time, and you may need help getting this justice for yourself in this area of love. So now the next one we're going to bring in is all about career. Okay, so we have details, unexpected visitors, and moonlight. I'll bring those in a bit closer for you. So details is in the reverse. So I want one more card, please. Yeah, I'll take the top card, yes. Okay. It's very interesting the way this has been set up today. I haven't, I've decided to set it up in a certain way, but I wasn't sure of how this was going to work. But now that it's showing up the way that it is, I'm really very interested. So you have details, you have unexpected visitors, and you have moonlight. You have the moon, and then you have another moon showing up, big time in this other card. Two of Pentacles, the moon, and the Eight of Cups. And what's really interesting to me is the way they're aligning with the other. So the moon here, there's a lot of moonlight. The moon can talk about deception and lies. It's in the reverse in this position here. And here I'm being drawn to the aspect of timing. So this could be that when it comes to career, there could be a decision that feels like you're going to have to make. And it does feel like someone is leaving something. Now, if I look at that row, I did talk about a relationship and perhaps you or somebody else leaving a relationship. But it could be a bigger move in the sense that you leave a job, you leave a position that you've been in and move to a different part of the company. But this is all in the details. So this is taking a really good look at the details in career. So if you're not in a role, if you're not in something at the moment, every time you're looking for a job or some work, you need to be really, really careful about the paperwork. You need to look for unexpected things showing up wherever this, in the location where the work is. Now this message is going to be different for people who have a job, so please just hang on. And I feel that the moon will be quite linked to timing, whether that's a full moon or a new moon, or even another particular moon phase that means something for you. There is a decision coming for everybody. And I feel like if you're going into a role, there's going to be some things there that you didn't see when you went in. I don't feel like this role will be one that you hold for a long period of time. So I feel like you may end up being there for, a year or two at tops, but you will put things right and then you'll move on. But that could be the leg up you need to move into a better state of being with a career. If you already have a career, there's some strange sort of workings going on in your workplace, or even if you work for yourself. You need to really be very particular with any paperwork. You need to look for unexpected visitors. And what I mean by unexpected visitors, things you don't see coming. Things you don't see coming are going to pop up out of the blue. And you do have that message up here. You also have the Page of Cups. So there are things coming out of your periphery vision that you can't see coming. So, and that's going to pop up in career as well as in life. The moonlight has the potential to hide things from you, particularly when the moon is in the reverse position. It's like, I've got a feeling that you may get some dreams that might come to you that might help, or it's like precognition. So there's some dreams that might come that might give you very cryptic ideas about how this will play out. And I feel like you really need to watch your dreams because they'll show up. Dreams will show up for you. And you will see how things are going to, you'll get signs. And some people will get how it's going to play out for them, others won't. But there is a decision coming around this. And again, this is that very big spiritual lesson. So you have the butterfly, you have the Ace of Wands, which is, for me, it feels like it's shaking your tree, not letting you go just yet. The Hierophant showing up to tell you that this is a big lesson in life that you're about to learn. And it's all your choice. Now, when I said that, it sounds like, well, that's awesome. It probably won't feel like it's awesome, but it means that you're in you have control over your circumstances. That doesn't mean that situations won't come up that feel really shitty and that you need to make decisions about them. As I said, something is leaving your life, whether that's you leaving a situation or whether that's someone else. Now, I feel like everything is leading to that point because this is the end result of the stuff that's happening in your life. Everything else is leading up to this line down here. It's time to leave something. So I said that something is leaving your life, and I'm now being really drawn to the time to go. So whatever it is it's time to go, whatever it is that's leaving your life, whether that's you leaving somebody or a place, a relationship, a family member, a situation, a friendship, or if it's you leaving work or a workplace or moving places, destinations where you work, that's coming for you in your life. Now, obviously this is a group reading, so please take what resonates and let the rest go. Don't try and make this work for your life. If it resonates, then it resonates. Some parts of this may be for you and other parts are not. Thank you for watching today. And also please know that you have free will, so you can change any of this. This is the current energies that are happening for you. You have the power and the ability to move the way you want to. Thanks so much for watching. Please let me know what you thought in the comments below, and hope to see you again in the future. Bye for now. Hi there, pile 2. If you chose the beautiful Labradorite, hope you can see it. Probably can't. There we go. Flashes there. This is your reading today. So these cards here, the first lot of cards that we have for you, are about life in general. The first card is what's blocking you, and that is the Queen. The next two cards these are strengths and gifts, and you have Sacred Divinity and Clear and Activate. And then we have what is hidden or what you don't see. So we have Peacock Spirit and Bobcat Spirit. The last card, which is like, where is this taking you? We have Exchanging Gifts, and I think it's Yin, pile 2. So let's have a look, and I want to bring in some tarot cards before we start, but I am just sort of taking in these energies here. So we're only going with one card here, which is what's blocking you, and it is the Queen. So woman, fertility, feminine power, sexuality, and friendships. So it feels like, because this is a group reading, that it could be any of those things, but it's a female in your life, or if you are a female, then it could be your perception of, that sort of feminine power and goddess energy. If you're a female and that doesn't relate, then it could be related to female friends or sisters or mothers, that type of thing, and that applies to males as well. So there's something in your life at the moment that is being blocked by, and it could be a boss, it could be your mother, it could be a female relative, or it could be a friend, or it could be yourself. So there's 5 things there that could possibly be. And then the next 2 cards are talking about your strengths and your gifts. And I feel like what these cards are talking to me about is that you're open. You're really open for change. You're open for allowing quite a lot of different energies coming into your life. So they feel we've got a feminine energy here and we have a masculine energy, and it feels like you're ready to open up to both. So this could be about balancing your own masculine and feminine, which feels quite strong for a lot of you. There will be some of you who are having trouble in relationships with females. That may be showing up for you as a sign that there is your female-male relationship with yourself is out of balance. We have the Sun, which again is that masculine energy. And then we have the Knight of Wands. So a really quite forceful energy. And there's also that beautiful sun in this picture. And just showing you those pictures, I'm really being drawn to, the golden colour that we have in here. And we also have 2 horses. One horse feels like it's being led, being led by a master, and the other one is free to do what it chooses. And I feel there's a bit of a message in there for you about that. I feel like whether this is a relationship with another female or whether this is a relationship within yourself, that you're working on, because we're always working on parts of ourselves all the time. But I feel that it's in the past for some of you, but for some of you it's also current, that you feel like you're, well, the words are a slave, you know, that you're a slave to something or somebody. And what you want to do is create this, which is that freedom, that feeling of freedom, that feeling of being able to buck people off if you really wanted to, and stride forward and move forward fearlessly. And that is the message that I'm getting here from these cards. And they are your strengths and your gifts, your ability to take what seems like a situation where you're being controlled and turn it into something that is beneficial for you, and to actually activate yourself and to bring out your strengths into the world. So the next two cards are about, or the next three cards are about what is being hidden or unseen. And we have life is a mystery. We have let it shine, peacock, spirit. So they're both green coloured cards, which feels to me that it could be around your heart chakra. And then we have the Six of Swords in the reverse position. I feel like you're learning to love yourself. Strange message here, but I feel like you're learning to open up to what it is you need from the world around you. And I feel like these animal spirits have come in to let you be kinder to yourself, because I'm looking into their eyes and I'm feeling the compassion. I'm feeling that heart energy. I'm feeling love. So I'm feeling, you know, more of a gentler side here. And it feels like it's time to put this harsh criticism away and let it go. Any self-criticism, any berating of yourself, and anyone else who's been doing that to you as well. It's time to let that go. And when I say let that go, you might be thinking, well, I haven't been doing it. But by loving yourself more, this will fall away. Or you'll have the strength to walk away from a situation that may not be, you know, in your best interests. And then we have the outcome cards, or, you know, where are we going next? And we have exchanging gifts, and we have yin. These energies, they're so pink, these cards. Such pink energies. So you're going into a very, very delicate energy. You're going, and again, we've got yin, so that's that feminine energy. So it's like we're coming full circle, and the sun, you know, and I haven't felt like I needed to talk about the sun until now, but the sun is talking about a really, really beautiful, bright energy coming into your life. However, before I was only noticing how the horse looked. But it feels now that you're exchanging gifts with somebody. So perhaps this person, or this imbalance within female relationships, it has actually been a teaching moment for you. And I know that that comes as a harsh or something we don't want to think about when it's happening. But it's so that you can learn to be kinder to yourself, which is the message of those cards there too. But this is drawing from that wellspring of feminine energy, and knowing that it's there to draw on and to be utilised and to connect into, rather than to fight against it. And we have the Fool. So I feel like, and that card there is a 9, and then this is a 2. So you're working on relationships, you're working on completions of things for yourself, and you're working on a new beginning. And I feel like you're getting a new beginning when it comes to a relationship with yourself, but there also may be some feminine relationships that you're dealing with, particularly sort of, whether they're aggressive or not, but they're not fun to experience, let's put it that way. So now we're going to bring in some love cards for you. And we have, interesting. We have the Rose's Kiss in the reverse, and we have Opening to Discovery, which makes a lot of sense after seeing the first cards in your reading for you today. So the Rose's Kiss is talking about, you know, the thorns that come sometimes with a beautiful package. Sometimes we get a beautiful package and there's a lot there for us. We see the treasure, we see the beauty, we understand why it's in our lives, and then sometimes we get that sting. And the sting from that is also a message for us, and also, taking both of those, and they really make a lot of sense. Yeah, the rose's kiss is that sting in the tail, that when we're picking up a beautiful rose, we then get stung by the thorns, because it is a beautiful rose, but we need to be careful, because not everything is as it seems. Not everything shows itself in the beginning. So I feel like there's a message there for you around love. And this could be that this is a romantic relationship that I'm talking about up here. It doesn't necessarily feel that way, so I'm feeling kind of tight when I talk about that. But in your romantic relationships, the message is kind of similar. We've got opening up to discovery. And I feel that whatever you're opening up to at the moment, it was something you didn't see coming. And that's exactly what I said about the rose's kiss, is that, is this exciting thing coming towards you, and something of beauty, something that you've been longing for, and it may have some lessons that they're attached to it, that are coming with it. But the thing about the lessons is that they open you up to something that you're now ready for, you weren't before. So this is not only the keyhole, but it is the key. So the relationship that you're in currently is bringing you many, many life lessons. It is bringing things into balance that were out of balance. And I'm looking at where these are lining up, and this is, that freedom, and that clear and activate, and that masculine energy. This is you, whether you're female or male, but this is you enacting or acting in a divine masculine, supported by the divine feminine. So it's, it's like equal, and which is the Justice card. And the message I'm having for some of you, may not all of you, is that you have not had relationships like this before, or you haven't seen this in relationships before. It may have been showing up, but you may not have been ready to see it. The message that I'm getting here with the Three of Pentacles is that you've paid your dues. So that it's like you're elevating, you're understanding things at a greater level. And where this has been placed is that energy before that I talked about, which is you acknowledging self-love and not ready to put up with people's crap and treating you like crap. And so it's like you're leveling up, you've paid your dues, it's time now that you have a more equal relationship. Now the thing is, you might have been in a relationship for 20 or 30 years, or 5 years or 2 years. It can still be the same person. But what's happening is there is a change coming in this relationship. The next cards here we have are the Four of Swords, which talks to me about rest and recuperation. And then we have the Hangman, which feels like you're gaining a new perspective. And all of those things here make complete sense, because we're talking about a new way of doing something, a new way of seeing things, a rebirth. The Hangman is getting a different picture of something. It is seeing things from someone else's point of view. And that goes really nicely with the exchanging gifts and the yin energy. So like your relationships are coming into balance because you're changing. You're identifying things that were out of balance before, and they're coming into balance. Now I'm feeling really spacey now that I've said that. It's like some sort of connections have just been made for some of you, not all of you. The next energies here that we're bringing in are related to career or work. We have the Wizard of Awareness, the Gentle Gardener, and the Dry Desert. And I do love this goddess symbol behind the Wizard of Awareness. Okay, so the Wizard of Awareness is also coming into your work relationships. So it feels like it's about relationships at work and not work itself. It feels like you're gaining this wisdom. I don't know if I talked about wisdom earlier, but it feels like you're gaining wisdom. And you're really seeing the divide. You're seeing the divide between those people that are acting from, from a lesser base mentality, and those people who are not. And you probably have known that all along, but this is coming in with this detached perspective that you may not have had before. That's where I feel like you're gaining a different set of skills there. The gentle gardener is coming in the reverse. Blah, blah. The gentle gardener is coming in the reverse. Goodness gracious, I can't say it. The reason why I wasn't able to say that word is because the gentle gardener is not really in the reverse in this reading. What this is, it's talking about your levels of consciousness, and that new things are being seeded into your levels of consciousness. Now, this is having an effect in your workplace. Whether you work for yourself, whether you work for somebody else, but it's transitioning. You're transitioning in your workplace. And there is a dry desert here, because you're seeing that there is a lot. Your workplace leaves a lot to be desired. There's a lot missing there for you in your workplace, but you didn't see it before, because this unlocking of, this new spiritual energy that's coming in, that you're able to see. And I want to put the sun up here too. Like, you're able to see different shifts in energy now. So you're unlocking different doors at work as well. And I feel like you're going to perhaps be forced, or not forced, I shouldn't say forced. I feel like you're going to get pushed to a state where you're going to have to talk to your higher heart about if where you are now is the right place for you to continue on with. Now, I'm now looking at these cards and I'm saying the death card, it's in reverse. This card can talk about moving on. You are gaining so much self-respect for yourself when it comes to work that there's a rebirth coming around work, which I talked about with the Fool. And it's really interesting doing this reading. It's because these things are layering on top of themselves. And I know you probably want to know about this thing and this thing and this thing, and they're all separate. Well, that's not how these things work, because something that affects us in work or our love life, it then starts showing up in all these other places, so that we can start working on this thing better. And you are going to rise like a phoenix out of the ashes of whatever this thing is, but you will bring this into balance for yourself, and you'll feel the freedom of whatever it is you choose to do. We have the Nine of Cups here, and the Nine of Cups, it's that wish fulfillment card, and it's in the upright position. So when you decide, or when you know what it is that you want, it's, your guides and your team, they're ready for you to make these moves. And then I have this card on the horizontal, and it's really strange, but I am being asked to read horizontal cards now, strangely enough. So this is the outcome card, or the where are you going card. And I feel like before when we're right back at the start, it feels like you've learned that you need to take what you want in life, and take a vantage point if it betters your position. And I feel like that's going to be turned on its head, and that's the Hangman, that's the Fool, that's the rest and recovery here. This is much more of a yin methodology, which means that you learn to receive, instead of forcing and pushing, instead of saying this is what I deserve because I've done it. You'll do the work and it will come back to you. So whatever you do now, it doesn't mean that you leave that role. It just means it changes. You'll realise that there is all this new energy coming in, and a perceptual shift coming in for you, because you're able to get this different clarity around work. There is a rebirth and a death here, because you are opening yourself up to greater versions of self-love, because you're working on this feminine relationship in your world. You're having this rebirth in, double fold, that's not even a word, doubly, and it's going to bring in a new you. And I do want to get another card for you from this one. That's my card. Oops. Okay, I wanted one card. We've got 3, and I'm going to go with them. We have the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse. We have the 7 of Pentacles in the reverse. And then we have the Moon, I think it's upright. So this for me is talking about, a big change in karmic cycles here, an ending in one of them in particular. How you see and relate to money and finances, big change. And the Moon's going to illuminate some things in your life that, in relation to work, that you didn't see before, which really sums up what I've been talking about here. A big perceptual shift. Money, career and finances change the way you think about them. Instead of, it feels like you might have been a hoarder of these things before, and that's turned on its head. And the Moon comes so that you can have a look at yourself, and not only those around you, but that reflection back to you, which I think is going to be a really good thing for you. Thank you so much for joining me today. Please like, share and subscribe to my channel for more readings like this, and I hope to see you in the future. Bye for now. Hi there, pile 3. If you chose the Dragon Stone crystal, then this is your reading today, all about life, love and career. Let's have a look what we're working with, and you've got a lot more cards than the other group, so I don't know where I'm going to put them all. This is a general sort of your life, what's going on at the moment. The first cards are about what might be blocking you, and you have the King, and then you have perception. So you have a man, authority, male, sexual energy, things pertaining to the law and justice, and your perception around those things is being blocked at the moment, or there's something that you're not seeing about that. Then we have your strengths and your gifts. We have illuminate the shadow, we have align your universe, and we have open your intuition. So we have 3 cards there that are all talking to you about your strengths and your gifts. Then we have what is hidden from you. Have Canary Spirit, sing your own song. Hawk Spirit, let Spirit be your guide. And Electric Eel Spirit, bring your ideas to life, which is in the reverse. So I'll bring those up for you so you can see them. And then lastly, we have where you're going with all of this. So we have be flexible, and then we have higher power. So they're the last 2 cards here for you. And this is this general sort of life stuff that we've got going on there. So it feels like around the idea of male and authority figures, you have a certain perception around what those things mean and are to you. This also could be related to a particular male relationship in your life, and it's quite authoritative. There's a lot of authority going on here, and the perception that you have around it is causing some blocks in your life. Now, the next cards we have here are your gifts or your strengths, and we have illuminate the shadows, align your universe, and open your intuition. So I feel like you may be getting some messages around this either male figure in your life, male relationships, or this, dealing with authority in your life. You may be getting some messages, very much, psychic messages, or from your third eye, that you're not listening to, that you're not paying attention to, because that's your strength. That's where it's going to come to you from. It's going to come in the thoughts of either visions, dreams, signs and symbols, that sort of thing. You're going to get some messages about how to work with this relationship, or work with this authority figure, or it's your perception around this male-centric role that we're talking about here. And then we have here what may be hidden from you, and that is Canary Spirit, sing your own song. Hawk Spirit, let Spirit be your guide. And Electric Eel, bring your own ideas to life, or bring your ideas to life. I said own. There's a lot of blue here, so I feel like your throat chakra maybe needed to be used a bit more. You may need to actually, you know, do your version of how you want this to play out. You know, work on that in the sense that bring it to life from yourself. You are the one that carries it into being, and perhaps you may need to demonstrate or show people how you want to be treated, or how you would like things to progress with this message down here. And then we have the way it's going for you is that you're going to gain more flexibility around this, and you have the higher power because you're actually going to start to listen to these intuitive psychic messages that you're getting. The flexibility is going to allow you to move in different ways, and you won't be blocked by this sort of thing anymore because it changes for you. And again, we've got the third eye, the higher power here. So you're obviously really leveling up when it comes to psychic awareness. Now, with all the other groups, I've got tarot cards out at this stage, but for you, I don't feel like I need to because you've got so many actual cards. The messages came through a lot clearer. So now I'm going to move on to love. And we have Ears Wide Open and the Oracle's Gift. So now I'm going to bring some messages in for you around love. You got the Lovers, which is a great card. So I'm getting a message about a perceptual shift coming for you around love. And I want to take one more card. Interesting. So, ears wide open. You are getting a lot of intuitive message, clairvoyant messages, however they're coming. The Oracle, the Oracle, I'm just getting the Oracle of Delphi. However these messages are coming to you, you are getting a lot of messages, and I don't feel like you're paying attention to all of them. And again, it's under here, we've got that perceptual shift. So we're getting a lot of change coming when it comes to the form of relationships. So that idea that one person has to be the masculine and the way that they act is a certain way, and that one is feminine. There is a perceptual shift coming for you around that. And you may be receiving that message over and over and over again. If you are in a relationship, this change, this perceptual shift is going to benefit your relationship. And if you're not, it's going to help you bring one in. Because instead of it being a relationship that's out of balance, it's going to come back into balance. You allowing yourself to listen to the messages that you're getting and allow that perceptual shift to come in when you start being more of yourself. Again, the Star card under here too, that's a great card to sit underneath. The Star card is you learning to be yourself, being so unafraid of expressing who you are that you're able to be naked in front of other people. It's that Aquarian energy. They're quirky and they love their own quirkiness. And that is how you're starting to express yourself. And that is going to, in turn, allow your relationship to develop and grow. There are going to be some things that you need to leave behind. One is some old hurts, and it's time to let them go. It's time to leave them behind and let that troubled water, move through and move on. And perhaps you may need to do some grieving work. You may need to do some writing about it. Whatever it is that helps you release something, there is and communication is a good form. So perhaps, whether you write it, whether you type it, whether you sing it, whether you dance, chant, hum, whatever it is, but communicate it. And it doesn't mean that you have to communicate it to whoever that person might have been in the past, or whatever hurt this is to the person that created it or you felt created it. But it's unleashing and unlocking this energy from your system is the thing that you need to do. Pile 3. So now we have the energies around work for you or career. So we're going to bring in some more cards here. Okay, so in work, it feels like something has let you down, or someone at work has let you down, but that this was something that needed to come up so that you can clean house, that you're able to put this aside and move on. But it's like you're seeing half of the picture, or you're seeing half of the situation that was part of a bigger picture. But it has hurt you in a sense, something that's happening at work. And it's time to really clean up around work, where it comes to the physical environment that you work in, and to let this thing move beyond this thing. The Ace of Pentacles in the reverse position. So there's an opportunity coming up, but you may not necessarily be open to it, or the timing might not be right for you. Yeah, and I feel like the timing is not right. I feel like you won't feel like it's the right thing for you just yet. And I feel like that's the message, that's the only message that's giving. It can mean a lot of other things, but I feel like it's a not now kind of message, because I think there's a little bit more work for you to do in relation to self when it comes to work, because we have the Queen of Cups in here, and I feel like she's right below the Star card. She's right below all of the cards that I was talking about, you doing it your way. And so I feel like when you're in this position, that's when you'll be ready for some new opportunities to come in. Because the Queen of Cups here is talking about somebody who is, really contented and really happy, and she knows what she wants. And I feel like when this opportunity presents to you, you may not be ready for it, because you still might be processing some other things. And again, we've got the same card here, but this card here is a different one. It's showing up as that there will be an opportunity presented to you that you won't see value in. And so maybe that comes to pass afterwards, that you realise that opportunity actually wasn't for you. It looked like it had all the things that you wanted, but it wasn't for you. And so I feel like when you know yourself better, you'll know that the opportunity that's coming for you will be the right one, and that you'll feel like it fills your cups up, and it won't feel like it leaves you hanging or it leaves you less than. Let's have a look at that opportunity. So I wanted to get some more information about this career opportunity for you. And the message here is that you need to get clear about what it is you want, pile 3, so that you can bring exactly what it is that you want to you. And the other thing is plan for success, plan for what it is that you want to come in. May not be coming in as soon as you want it to, because there's some opportunity coming in quite soon, but there'll be something coming in when you plan for it, when you decide what it is that you want. That's when you'll get the things that you lay the foundations for. That's when you'll get what it is that you want. So that's the message here, that is, don't take the opportunity that's not right for you, but wait until you're sure, wait until you've done the work on yourself and you know that you're doing it your way, and that you're very, very clear and you have planned what it is that where you want to go and what you want to do. So thank you very much for watching today, pile 3. Please like, share and subscribe to my channel for more like this. See you again in the future. Bye for now. Hi there, pile 4. If you chose the black tourmaline, this is your reading today, all about love, life, love and career. And our first card is what's blocking you. And we have the Goblin in the reverse. So the wounded human ego in the reverse. Then we have the Dark Night of the Soul and Ground Your Light. I'm going to place them like that because we won't have enough room. Then we've got Ant Spirit, Time to Collaborate, and Panther Spirit, Reclaim Your Power. Awesome cards there. Why? And then the next one is the Yang card. Right. So those other cards there are for love and career. So I'll go through these again for you and tell you what the position is relevant for. So this is the Goblin is about what's blocking you. The Dark Night of the Soul and Grounding Your Light are your strengths and your gifts. Then we've got what is hidden, and we have Ant, and we have Panther, and we have Ant Spirit, Time to Collaborate, and Reclaim Your Power, Panther Spirit, a really strong, strong card. Another strong card, Dark Night of the Soul. And then where is it going? We've got the Why question and Yang. So some interesting cards there too. So this is generally to do with life. So I'm feeling because you've got this that's hidden, which is the Goblin, and it's in the reverse position. I feel like you've been hiding, whatever's been wounding you, whatever's been, the words are almost torturing you, sort of that, but inside. It's all that inside stuff. It's the stuff you don't want people to see. And the Goblin only comes in or gets in when there is a wound. And I feel like you've been hiding that from people. You haven't wanted people to see it. So you've been hiding this from the world. So that's been hidden and held back is the word I'm getting. That's been held back. So that is what's blocking you. The fact that you're holding that back, or the fact that you're holding that back is blocking you because it's not allowing you to move forward. So the next cards are your strengths or your gifts, and the Dark Night of the Soul. So I feel like that is telling you that once you know that that's what you're doing, you're going through that Dark Night of the Soul, that it'll help you unburden yourself with the Goblin. We've also got Ground Your Light, Let Your Light Shine. So this card here is really talking about connection and a really strong connection to spirit, and also really focusing on chakras and cleansing them, but also building up sort of a really strong energetic flow through it's not showing the base, it's showing the sacral, the heart chakra, the throat, and the third eye. So, really focusing on that connection of having everything moving up and down. The words Kundalini are coming in as well. So, what is hidden, or not what's hidden, sorry, your strengths, that you are going through this amazing transformational time here. But it does bring up stuff when we're going through those dark nights of the soul. So I want to get another card here for you relating to that. I'll take that one too. So we have the Six of Pentacles in the reverse position, and we have the Queen of Cups, which I feel like they're great cards for you for this, for your gifts. So something is being rebalanced in your life because it has been out of balance in a very big way in your life, and perhaps this is to do with career, home, finances, all those sorts of things. And this is where this is possibly showing up for you. But it's definitely on a three-dimensional realm. But it's obviously having a spiritual, there's a spiritual aspect happening at the same time. And the other thing here, we've got the Queen of Cups. So the Queen of Cups is the words just jumping out into my mouth, it's about enlightenment. So the Queen of Cups is really good because she knows how she feels. She knows how to fill her own cup up. She's psychic, she's intuitive, she's creative. Lots of things that will really help while you're going through this dark night of the soul. But I feel like this, the pushing down of your emotions has not worked, or wasn't working, or will not work, is what they want to say. So it's time to let that practice go and to rebalance those scales. It's like you need to allow things to be in the light, allow them to come to fruition, or to be opened up. So we have what is hidden from you, and that's you've got the dark night of the soul is an 11. You have a 1 and another 1. So this is a lot about you. This is a lot about yourself. This is a lot about your not only your ego, but your egoic self. And it's about releasing that and letting it go. Like, there's a lot of stuff here about that, but it's time to collaborate, because you may not have all the skills that you need. Now, when I say that, I don't mean that you need to, have other people support you through every aspect of this. But there may be, you might need some, a chakra clearing or balance or whatever it might be. You might need some assistance as you go through a dark night of the soul, because that's what they are. They're hard work. And so that's why I'm getting that time to collaborate, because I feel like it is time for you to get some support and to work through chakras. I feel is probably a really good thing. I'm feeling a little bit sick in my stomach, so solar plexus would be really good for you to work on. Yeah, and it's about reclaiming your power. So yeah, solar plexus would be really beneficial and interesting, because that chakra is not one of the ones that I mentioned when I was looking at this card. So perhaps it's offline, or it's out of balance, or something else. But yeah, I'm feeling that there's a real need for you to reclaim your power, and that's all about self-esteem, self-worth, belief in self, all those sorts of things. There's a very strong, that's what's hidden from you, that it's actually about that. So this dark night of the soul that you're going through, this rebalancing. So coming back to this card now, is that if you feel, and the goblin showing up in this, perfect, that this one here, this may be showing up for you in the sense that people don't want to pay you what you're worth. People don't want to, that they want you to do more work for the same amount of money, or there's this aspect of you not being, the world reflecting back to you about your self-worth. So just wanted to point that back out to you, that this rebalancing may show up in a negative form to begin with, and that's part of the rebalancing. It's not the end of it, it is partially the beginning of it. And then you've got the why, which I love here, because it's you questioning, why am I going through this? Why now? Why is this happening now? Isn't there enough stuff going on in the world? Don't we have enough stuff going on, globally, collectively? Why am I going through this period right now? And as you can see that this, or you may not be able to, I'll have a picture up here, is that this person is reaching for a book that has wings on it, and it's that sort of, it's the knowledge from the stars or the ancestors, or wherever the divine. But it's that knowledge that seems unattainable and feels like it's a little bit out of your reach. It's not. It's coming for you, and you're working through it. And the yang, it's telling us that it's all about you. You're working on yourself, and this is a big time of working on yourself. So now we're going to bring in some more cards about your what's happening in your love life, or in love with you. And we have 2 cards in the reverse coming in for you. One is the Wish Upon a Star, and the other one is Let It Go, and they're both in the reverse. I'm going to get some more information here, but I feel like I've got some... Okay. So wishing upon a star in the reverse feels like that you're wanting, hoping, praying that something's going to work out that possibly is not meant to be. And the reason why I'm saying that is because I'm the Let It Go card. Again, it's in the reverse. So it feels like you're trying to hang on to something that is not for you. Now, this is a group reading, so I'm reading group energies. I am not reading your specific life. So if that doesn't relate, then it doesn't relate for you. However, it feels like a lot of you are holding onto something that's been very dear to you, that you thought was something that was going to continue. But with the Nine of Pentacles here, I feel like this is telling you directly below the Queen of Cups and about ground your light. So we've got a 9, we've got an 18. I feel like this is talking to you about probably going to be on your own. And while that may not feel that great, I feel like that's for most of you. And I feel like a lot of you will feel like that you're going in blind to that. Not exactly sure about that message, but that's the message I'm getting. I feel there's a lot of you who want to mend this relationship. For some of you, of course, that's going to be possible. For others, I'm not so sure. There is, I think this, I'm not sure which moons these are. I keep them in the deck, but I don't really know why I do. Okay, so the message that I'm getting from the moon is that it's time to let things that are from the past it's time to let things pass. That's the message. I'm going to give it to you straight as I get it, so that I'm not adding a interpretation layer on there. But it's time to let go of the things that have been holding you back in terms of love and commitment. Because these things are of your creation. The anxieties are definitely something that you have created, and that's probably to do with your self-worth. So reading that down into there. And the Knight of Pentacles, you don't need a knight to come and save you. It's whether you're a male or a female, it doesn't matter. Nobody, neither sex needs anybody to come and save them. And that's really, that card there, the 9, and that card in the reverse. I feel like you may have thought that that's what you needed, but I don't feel you do. It's time to let all of those constructs, those ideas, all of that sort of thing go. It's time to put that in the past. It's time to stop wishing upon a star that you'll find someone to save you, and know that you are really comfortable on your own. You may be experiencing some, really challenging moments and some time at the moment, but that's what it is. It's a temporary thing, and I understand that there is this wound for you to deal with, but you will get some help, or you will find the right help, is the other message. I'm going to bring in one more card for you here around relationship. The Devil, there we go, beautiful, I love that. It's telling us the same message. It's time to let go of the chains that have been holding you back, that have been binding you. Because the thing is about the Devil card is that this is all your, when I say this, it sounds really harsh and mean, and I don't mean to feel that way at all. You are stronger than you think. You have more capabilities than you think. You do not need to be bound to somebody to achieve the things that you want to in life. And when you realize that, that's when you'll be free to step into a better relationship for you. And then we have some extremely interesting cards here for you for career. Now, when I say interesting, I'm not a fan of making things into a big drama. but we do have two cards here that are really challenging. We have Dragon's Lair, which is a 19, and then we have Deep Freeze. Now, Deep Freeze, I actually feel it's good that that's come out as the second card. I feel like you're going to be challenged around work, and I've actually talked about that already in this life area. I feel like there's going to be a big challenge at work where you won't know how to move forward. You feel like you're being tested, and I feel like you're probably right there. I feel like this test of whatever it is being made out to be worse than it is. So one of the things when I see this Dragon's Lair is that it doesn't, because things look spooky and scary, doesn't mean that they are, but it does mean that you have to have quite a lot of internal fortitude to, you know, keep your wits about you and, you know, move forward without really feeling like you know what's going on. There's a lot of stairs also in this, which means that, you know, it's like you've got to progress through, and the top part of the stairs I'm feeling are a little bit, they're out of view, they're a little bit misty and foggy. So I'm going to separate these cards and pull some more cards to help us understand what this is about, and then come back to the Deep Freeze in a minute. But I want to know about the Dragon's Lair, what this has to do with your career. Get some more, open this card up. Right. So we have, interesting. We have the Four of Cups, we have the Hierophant, and then we have the Nine of Cups. So the Four of Cups is talking about an offer being made to you that you may not see the merit in. You may not think it's what you want. It may look like it's too hard. Sitting next to this Dragon's Lair, it may look like it's all way too hard, and it may not seem like what you want. And knowing that we are in this dark night of the soul line here, we've also got the rebalancing of the Six of Pentacles. You know, you are going to really need to decide whether this is the thing that you want to do. But then the next two cards, we've got the Hierophant. The Hierophant comes to talk about, you know, structure. It can talk, which I feel that this card here could possibly be talking about advancement through, you know, moving on and going up. The Hierophant also talks about hierarchy. And then we have, followed by the Nine of Cups. So this could actually be a really, really rewarding thing that this test that I'm talking about, or this, you know, whether you're worth whether this is, you know, you work for somebody, or whether this is a project that you're working on, if you work for yourself, something like that. There does feel like there's a test here involved. It's going to be quite a big lesson for you. But what I'm getting is that it's in line with the Queen of Cups, with the Nine of Pentacles, and then we've got the Nine of Cups. So for me, this actually does feel like when you bring in the things that you're good at in your workplace, it's like you start teaching them, you know, or whatever you do for a living. It's like you start imparting that part of yourself into the role, and that's when things start working for you. So yeah, I'm seeing it's going to be quite a challenging time, but I do feel like it probably is going to pay off for you if you choose to do it. Now I want to know a little bit more about this Deep Freeze for you as well, pile 4. Take this top 2. So we have the Emperor, and then we have the Hierophant reversed. Okay, so we're talking about structure, routine, we're talking about, you know, top-down authority, really a lot of authority here. And then the Hierophant in the reverse, I feel like feel like the message can be a little bit, or that it's a bit similar here. It's like you're working for somebody who feels, or a company, or you're involved with a project with somebody who feels like it's full of structure, full of routine, full of authority, and it's it's a fairly cold environment, and what I feel is that you need to play this in towards your strengths, what you're good at, which is after you've done this sort of dark night of the soul, and you're realizing who you are more at a core level, you're starting to see all of your gifts. And I feel like when you start sharing those, it's like you go against some of these traditions and you don't necessarily follow the structure or the routine or the hierarchy or the whatever. It feels like you actually start, it's a fine balance of working the way that this company or this job or this project needs to be done, and then infusing it with your stuff. And your stuff feels quite different from how this career or workplace normally progresses. But what you can see here is, even in this deep freeze, there is this emotional aspect that's starting to thaw out. And so I feel like it's like, not if you play your cards right, but if you listen to your intuition, which is the Queen of Cups, you listen to your intuition and stop being bound by, towing the line at every pass, then it's like you start moving into this place in a different way, which lines things up for you better, and it actually is going to see you progress in a much faster way than you thought, if you keep following what it is you think you need to do all the time, because that's a really hard way of doing it. That's a way where it's really challenging, because we never know what someone else's expectations are. So when you start, when you start following this testing element of whatever this is, it's like you realize that you've got something more to give, and that's when you start. It's like that's when everything starts defrosting. That's when you reclaim your own power. You're able to collaborate, and you're able to work on yourself at the same time. Like it's a real give and take here, which is that rebalancing that I'm talking about. Hope you've enjoyed this reading for you today. That's all I'm seeing for you, Pile 4. Thanks for watching. Please like, share and subscribe to this channel for more readings like this. See you in the future. Bye for now.